Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Redmen TV. My name is Dan Clubbe. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Liverpool legend Steve McManaman to look ahead to the return of the Europa League for the Reds as we travel to Sparta Prague, exclusively live, of course, on TNT Sports. Steve, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yes, I'm all good, thanks. Massively appreciate your time. Yeah, let's
No
get
problem.
stuck right into it then, I guess. Europa League so far, I want to touch on that before we get into what's coming. Obviously, Liverpool qualified top of their group, a group containing Toulouse, Lask, and Union Saint-Gilloise. I mean, the Europa League, Steve, it's allowed a little bit of rotation, I think it's fair to say, which might have helped Jurgen Klopp sort of plan out this season because we are still competing on all four fronts. Obviously, the Carabao Cup is done, but we're towards the business end now. Do you expect that to change and we might go a little bit more full strength in inverted commas?
Yeah, I hope so, because the performance against Toulouse and Union Saint-Gilloise away from home wasn't great, was it? So, listen, I think we all appreciate that the group wasn't the strongest group. So Jurgen was more than allowed to change people around and get a look at all of the players. But I mean, I don't necessarily think he'll be full strength because of the game on Sunday, and of course because of injury problems. But he certainly will be stronger. You know, Sparta Prague are top of their group. Top of their league. They qualified, of course, into this round, beating Galatasaray, albeit Galatasaray got somebody sent off. You know, we know that Galatasaray were in the Champions League. We saw them against Man United. We've got a line through them, so they can't be taken lightly. They can't be taken lightly at all. So I expect Jurgen to, now we're in the sort of the knockout phase of this competition, to really focus on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned there Sparta, obviously top of their league, the Fortuna League. And they drew actually with their local rival
Yeah,
Slavia over the weekend, I noticed as well. But you've played during your playing time at Liverpool in the UEFA Cup, of course, as it was then. You played against like a Brøndby and even Celtic, teams that are used to winning week in, week out in their own domestic competitions. Just as a dynamic, what does that look like? Because you go to their own backyard, as you say, and their fans are used to seeing them winning. The players are used to winning. Does that change anything about the game going into it?
well, it will do because it'll be their biggest game of the season, of course, and it normally is when Liverpool come to town. There'll be lots of fans from Prague who support Liverpool. Of course, there will be. You know, almost their second team will be Liverpool. Of course, we've got Patrick Berger and Vladdy over there as well. Of course, he'll be flying the flag. You know, they play for both teams, so I think there'll be a lot of friendliness towards each other. But on the pitch, the players will be very confident. The Sparta Prague players, as you rightly said, they're going to be at home. They're strong at home. The crowds are vociferous. It's going to be a hostile atmosphere. They'll make it as hard as possible for Liverpool. They're used to winning the top of the league, and the flying high in the Europa League. So it'll be a really difficult game. It won't be as easy as people think. But Liverpool will be favourites to qualify. I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you mentioned vociferous atmospheres and hostile atmospheres there. Obviously, the second leg of this one will be at Anfield. Now,
Yeah.
I'm sure in an ideal world, Liverpool will have this game wrapped up sort of three quarters of the way into it, if possible, and have like 45 minutes off in that second leg. But I think we've seen down the years miracles can happen, certainly on European nights at Anfield. That's a big bonus for Liverpool heading into this, isn't it? Even though we're going in as favourites, and as I say, it'd be nice to get it wrapped up more comfortably than that. But Anfield's second leg is a big old positive.
Yeah, Anfield, as you well know, is a big is a big is a big plus, and his second leg at Anfield is huge. You go across Europe, people talk about Anfield, how special it is, how special the atmosphere is. We've got, of course, that famous clip with Arsene and Jose talking about Anfield's second leg. What's it like? So if you need a result, yes, you've got Anfield in the second leg. We want it. I think we both agree we want it to be a bit more comfortable than that. But Liverpool have got difficult games, so you have to navigate. You know, the Man City game on the horizon. You have to navigate after the second leg. Of course, I think it's the Man United game now, isn't it? The FA
Yeah.
Cup game. It's not the Derby game. So all competitions that Liverpool want to win. So if you can, you know, as long as Liverpool qualify, I don't necessarily need them to win 5-0 away in Prague. You know, if they do, great. The main thing is getting through the game and getting everybody fit for Sunday. And then likewise, getting them through the Anfield second leg game and getting them ready for the Sunday game against United in the FA Cup. Because, you know, being a Liverpool fan, what those particular games mean to people. You know, with all respect, the Man United FA Cup game away and the Man City game are more important than the Sparta Prague games because of the opposition that we're playing. So if we can navigate the next couple of weeks and get bodies back on the field and get the right results, I mean, it'll be, you know, after what we've just been through, it'll be an incredible achievement to get through all these competitions unscathed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a bit of a balancing act, I think it's fair to
Yeah.
say, over the past few weeks. And the academy kids, we won't spend too much time talking on them, but been absolutely remarkable what they've been able to achieve 100%. So just looking a little bit further ahead now, if we can do in terms of the Europa League, let's just say, let's live in a world whereby Liverpool do go beyond Sparta Prague for a moment. I think in terms of challenges to Liverpool, in terms of favouritism for this competition, we're looking like to Bayer Leverkusen, obviously the Premier League clubs, West Ham and Brighton will pose a threat as well. But I think, all truth be told, like Liverpool should head into this competition as favourites, not just this
Oh
tie.
yeah. Definitely, absolutely. The top of the Premier League. They've just won the League Cup. They absolutely should be favourites. Of course, we respect Rex. Of course, we respect West Ham. Of course, we respect Brighton. And in a one-off game, anything can happen against Premier League opposition. We know that. We're not stupid. We've seen it all before. And Bayer Leverkusen are flying. Unbeaten. Xavi's doing an incredible job. They're now 10 points clear after victory at the weekend. So of course they'll be up there and be dangerous, and as opposition in a one-off game. Absolutely. But Liverpool are rightly favourites. It's not being fanatical or being biased towards them. You go and try and have a bet, and you can't have a bet because Liverpool are that short at the moment in time. So yes, they are favourites, and invariably, when you look at the pieces of paper, home and away to get to the final, Liverpool with their full strength team, which they haven't got at the moment, albeit, they should be aiming for the final in Dublin. Of course, they should be.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. 100%. Just finally, before we go, you heading over to Prague this week? Looking forward to it, or are you staying at home for it?
I'm here actually. I'm going to be in the studio, I think, in London. We're still deciding whether we should go over or not, because of course the Champions League games are on as well. But I'm really looking forward to it. I am. I'm looking forward to seeing who's fit. Hopefully, we'll get a few bodies back over the next couple of days. It's unusual, isn't it, to have a game on a Saturday against Nottingham Forest, then 5 days before the next game. So if we can get a couple of more first teamers back, I think Mo will be back. But if we can get a couple more, maybe Curtis or something, I don't know what the extent of his ankle injury. If we can get a few more bodies back on the plane, I think it'll really help us then for the push to to the end of the season.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Maka, absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for your time. And everybody else, nice one, mate. Make sure you check out the commentary and all the coverage on TNT Sports, of course. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Take it easy.
Thank you so very, very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews, and general shows, fill your boots on redmenplus.com today.